if you know where this is from, this right here, we could be really good friends. Hey guys, so today I thought it'd be fun to do my list of the books that I'm most anticipated for that are going to be released in 2014. I know a lot of people are making lists like this in most anticipated videos, but a lot of the books that are coming out this year nobody seems to be talking about that I'm excited for. So I don't know if that's because nobody's heard of them or just different reasons like that. So yeah, I thought I would tell you guys what 9 books with one honorable mention I'm excited to be released in 2014. So the honorable mention is The Treatment by Suzanne Young. This is the second book to the program. I think it's just a duology. This is only an honorable mention because I got to read an advanced reader's copy of it, and it was awesome. This comes out on April 29th, and it's awesome. I can't wait for you guys to read it. If you read the program and you like the program, then you will love The Treatment. And yeah, I'll just talk about it more in my wrap-up. The next book is 'Twas the Night Before College by Sonia Sones. There's no cover for this one yet, but as many of you know if you watch my videos, I love Sonia Sones books, and when I saw her in DC, she told me she was releasing one next year, and I'm really excited. So I think it's almost like 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, but this one is about going to college and all of that stuff, so I think it'll be like a nice sort of coming of age story, and I'm just really excited to read it. And this comes out on April 22nd. Then another one that doesn't have a cover, even though I'm sure it's going to be a gorgeous cover, is A Grim Warning by Chris Colfer. This is the third book in the Land of Stories series. I think there's only going to be 4 books. Right now there's only 4 announced. And this one doesn't even have a date. It's just fall of 2014. So I'm probably going to be pre-ordering it. And also, as many of you know, I love Chris Colfer. That's where I'm wearing the Claim Proposal sweatshirt that I bought and adore. So I just know this book is going to be great. And I'm currently reading the second one, and I love The Land of Stories. As many of you know, it was my #1 book of 2013, so I'm very excited for this one. Then, one that doesn't have a date, a title, or a cover is the third book in the Darkest Minds series by Alexandra Bracken. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put this one on the list or not, because Never Fade wasn't my favorite book, but I'm really curious to see where the story goes, I guess, based on how Never Fade ended, so I had to put this on my list, and all I know is that it comes out sometime in 2014. Then there's Hollow City by Ransom Riggs, the second book to Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I don't know if there's another one. I'm not very good at my research. But this one comes out January 14th, so that's tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow. And I pre-ordered this, so I read Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, I want to say November, December of 2012. So, I've been waiting a while for this one. And I also watched the book trailers that were released for this, and it totally creeped me out, so I'm hoping that this one is kind of creepier than the first one, because I was kind of disappointed with the creepy factor, or the lack of it, in the first one. Then another one that doesn't have a date, a title, or a cover is the sequel to Warm Bodies, because as I was looking for books to put in this, I discovered that there's a sequel to Warm Bodies coming out sometime in 2014. So I loved the first one, and I look forward to, I guess, seeing what happens in this one. Then I think these last 4 are standalones. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that because everything seems to change. I have Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge. I think this is like Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I've been reading a lot of retellings, but a lot of them are middle grade, well, besides the Lunar Chronicles, but this is a young adult. That's why, whatever, my head's kind of all over the place, and this comes out January 28th, so that's really soon, and I love the cover for this, so I'm a sucker for fairy tales. Then there's The Geography of You and Me by Jennifer E. Smith. I read The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by her, and I adored it. It was also in my top 13 of 2013, and I own This Is What Happy Looks Like on my e-reader, and I haven't read that yet, but this one is just going to be a really cute contemporary, and it takes place in New York City, so what's not to love already, and this comes out on April 15th. And my favorite thing about these three books is even though they're not connected, they all kind of look similar, and I love the colors of all of them. I think they're just really pretty books. Then we get down to the last two. One I have is The Rule of Three by Eric Walters. This comes out on January 21st, so another one that comes out very soon. And I am a big fan of this author. I'm pretty sure he's Canadian, but don't quote me on that. Oh yeah, born in Toronto. So, I've read We All Fall Down by him. I read his Camp X series, and I think those are both middle grade. But this one is actually a young adult book, and it's over 400 pages. So, it's about basically computers and different technologies around the world start to shut down, the cell phones, cars, everything like that. So, it seems kind of like apocalypse, and I think it's going to sound very interesting. And then finally, this one's actually in a series, but it's called The Bodies We Wear by Jen Roberts. There's no date for this one, it just says 2014, but I think it's kind of about drugs. I'll read you the synopsis because that's what caught my attention. People say when you take heme, your body momentarily dies and you catch a glimpse of heaven. Faye was only 11 when dealers forced heme on her and her best friend Christian. But Faye didn't glimpse heaven, she saw hell, and Christian died. Now Faye spends her days hiding her secret from the kids at school and her nights training to take revenge on the men who destroyed her life and murdered her best friend. But life never goes according to plan. When a mysterious young man named Chael appears, Faye's life suddenly gets a lot more complicated, love and death. Will Faye overcome her desires or will revenge consume her? So, I'm super excited. It's listed as sci-fi and not dystopian, so that's really intriguing to me because I've been reading a lot of dystopian and I need a break. So I got really intrigued by this book and I can't wait for it to come out, so I'm going to be watching for it to see when a date is announced. But yeah, I think it just sounds really kind of creepy and intriguing. So yeah, those were the 9/10 books that I'm excited to be released in 2014. Let me know down in the comments what some of the books you're looking forward to this year are. I know a lot of people are looking forward to Cress by Marissa Meyer and The One by Kira Cass. But I didn't read Scarlet yet, and I wasn't a big fan of the Selection series, so I'll probably still read them and buy them, but... So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.